Rap and media mogul Jay-Z now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs.
Jay-Z is the first celebrity to be accused of sexual assault in connection with Sean Diddy Combs.
Now, this lawsuit was originally filed back in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Diddy as the defendant, but it was just refiled today to include Jay-Z now.
I am literally shaking right now as I tell you this because I cannot even begin to imagine the absolute pandemonium happening in the Knowles-Carter household. And trust me when I tell you, if you think things are chaotic now, just wait because it's about to get even messier. If you're sitting there wondering what on earth I'm talking about, then honey, you must have been living under the biggest rock in existence because the FBI, yes, the actual Federal Bureau of Investigation, is breathing down Jay-Z's neck right now like white on rice. Let me spill this piping hot tea because it's literally burning my tongue. Jay-Z just got slammed with a lawsuit that's giving us major Diddy vibes, and let me tell you something, it is so much worse than anyone could have possibly imagined in their wildest dreams. The allegations are absolutely earth-shattering. Allegedly, he assaulted a 13-year-old girl back in 2000, right when he was in the early stages of getting cozy with Queen Bey herself. But hold on to your wigs because that's just the beginning of this whole mess. Inside sources are whispering that the feds aren't just casually looking into this, they are doing a full-blown investigation into Jay-Z's business dealings because they suspect he might be tangled up in the same shady operations as Diddy. Or dare I say it, possibly even worse. And right in the middle of this Category 5 hurricane of drama, Beyonce is reportedly scrambling faster than a contestant on a game show to protect herself because baby girl is not about to let her empire crumble alongside whatever mess her man has gotten himself into. Now grab your notepads because there is so much to unpack here that we might need a whole moving company. It looks like the day of reckoning has finally arrived for Jay-Z, and sources say he is handling it about as well as a cat in a bathtub. We all knew it was just a matter of time before he got dragged into this Diddy scandal. It was as inevitable as a Taylor Swift breakup song. And Chile, he did not disappoint. Jay just got hit with this absolutely explosive lawsuit that's making everyone's jaws drop to the floor, and the mastermind behind it all, none other than Tony Busby himself. You know, the same attorney who's been making Hollywood's elite sleep with one eye open lately. This man has been representing over 100 of Diddy's alleged victims, and he's been on such a rampage these past few months that it's making the Salem witch trials look like a friendly neighborhood barbecue. In his recent interviews, Busby has been swearing up and down, left and right, that he wouldn't rest until he exposed every single celebrity involved in Diddy's alleged crimes. And honey, when I tell you he made good on that promise, this new lawsuit against Jay-Z is so shocking it could power a small city. According to TMZ, and you know they stay with the receipts, Jay-Z is being sued for allegedly and essaying a 13-year-old girl, with this lawsuit being connected to none other than the currently embattled Diddy himself. The anonymous accuser, going by Jane Doe, and honestly, who can blame her, claims this horrific incident went down back in 2000 at an afterparty following the MTV Video Music Awards. Now, here's where it gets more twisted than a pretzel. This same Jane Doe previously filed a lawsuit against Diddy in October, where she mentioned another male celebrity and a female celebrity who was watching. At the time, she kept their identities under wraps tighter than a new jar of pickles, but now, the truth is spilling out faster than a knocked-over glass of wine. Let me paint this picture for you because the story she's telling is absolutely wild. Picture this. It's 2000. She's just 13 years old, hanging around Radio City Music Hall during the VMAs like any excited teenager would. Poor thing didn't have a ticket, so she's just wandering around the parking lot, probably hoping to catch a glimpse of her favorite stars, when she runs into this limo driver who supposedly worked for Diddy. And this is where things start getting creepy. The driver allegedly starts telling her how Diddy has a thing for younger girls, and that she's just his type. I mean, the red flags are waving so hard they could signal a ship at sea. Later that night, this driver takes her to an afterparty where they make her sign some mysterious document, which she now believes was probably an NDA. They were crystal clear that she couldn't breathe a word about what happened at this party, and conveniently, or should I say suspiciously, they didn't even give her a copy of what she signed. Like, who does that? Once she got inside, it was like a who's who of celebrities. Imagine the Met Gala meets the Grammys after party, but with a much darker twist. According to her lawsuit, the party was absolutely wild with drugs and drinks flowing more freely than water in Niagara Falls. She says she accepted this drink from a waitress that looked like some reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. And get this, she even brought receipts. She included photos of these devices that Diddy and his people allegedly used to spike drinks drinks with GHB. The level of detail in these allegations is sending chills down my spine. The poor girl started feeling woozy and lightheaded. You know, that feeling when the room starts spinning like a carnival ride you can't get off? She went looking for somewhere to lie down and found this empty bedroom with just one big bed. But honey, that moment of peace lasted about as long as a Kardashian marriage, because according to her, Diddy comes bursting in with this crazy look in his eyes, grabs her and says, "You are ready to party." And guess who else was allegedly in that room? Jay-Z and this mystery woman they're calling Celebrity Bey. And everyone in the industry is whispering that it might be Beyonce herself. The court documents detail what happened next, and I warn you, it's absolutely horrific. Diddy allegedly threw Jane Doe against a wall so hard she stumbled, and that's when Jay-Z supposedly started removing her clothes as she got more and more disoriented. The details are heartbreaking. She claims Jay-Z held her down while assaulting her, with Diddy and this mysterious Celebrity Bey just watching the whole thing like it was some kind of twisted spectator sport. Then Diddy allegedly tried to force her into another assault, but this brave girl, and I mean brave with all capital letters, fought back like a lioness. She actually managed to punch him in the neck. That unexpected move clearly caught Diddy off guard, giving her the chance to escape faster than Cinderella at midnight. She grabbed her clothes, ran out of there like her life depended on it, and it probably did, and made it to a gas station where she called her father to come get her. Her poor father had no idea she was even at this party. She told him she was somewhere else entirely, probably never imagining the night would turn into such a nightmare. Now here's where things get even messier than a toddler with finger paint. The moment this lawsuit dropped, Jay-Z lost his cool completely and wrote this whole essay on the Roc Nation page. I mean, he really said everything under the sun except the magic words, "I didn't do it." And by posting it on the Roc Nation page, he just dragged his whole business empire into this mess like a parent forcing their kid to tag along to the grocery store. But wait, there's more tea to spill. Apparently, Tony Busby had previously been sued by this mysterious LA-based celebrity who claimed Busby was trying to extort him for money to keep quiet about an assault lawsuit connected to the Diddy case. And guess who this mysterious John Doe turned out to be? Jay-Z himself. The plot isn't just thickening anymore, it's turning into concrete. And oh my word, you need to hear Jay-Z's rant, because that's exactly what it was, a full-blown caps lock-worthy rant. He posted this whole thing on social media just hours after the lawsuit dropped, faster than a teenager responding to their crush's text. He's out here saying things like, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby," and claiming Busby thought the public scrutiny would make him want to settle. But Jay-Z wasn't having it. He said it had the opposite effect and made him want to expose you for the fraud you are. The audacity is honestly breathtaking. And honey, he didn't stop there. This man actually had the nerve to dare Tony Busby to file a criminal complaint. He went on this whole tirade about not being from Busby's world, talking about how he's a young man who made it out of Brooklyn's projects. I mean, sir, you're 55 years old. That's not exactly fresh out of high school. He started going on about having strict codes and honor and protecting children, calling Busby's network nothing but conspiracy theorists and fake psychics. The whole thing read like an angry Yelp review written at 3 a.m. But Tony Busby? Baby, he wasn't about to let Jay-Z have the last word. He fired back on Instagram faster than a boomerang, claiming Jay has been sending people to intimidate his kids, staff, colleagues, and clients. Can you believe the nerve? Busby says Jay's been going around trying to dig up dirt on him, asking people if Busby's ever abused them. It's giving Desperate Housewife energy, and not in a good way. But Busby's standing his ground firmer than a bouncer at an exclusive club. He released this statement saying neither he nor his client are backing down. He said, "Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve." The tea is scalding, and the pot just keeps getting hotter. Now, let's talk about Beyonce, because this is where things get really interesting. Word on the street is that she fled the moment this lawsuit hit the press faster than a bride leaving a wedding she doesn't want to be in. And can you blame her? She's got the NFL Christmas game day performance coming up. Mama Tina's trying to promote her book, and Blue Ivy's about to start doing press for Mufasa, the Lion King. The last thing they need is this kind of scandal, especially something as serious as being connected to assault allegations with Diddy. Sources close to the family, and when I say close, I mean practically sitting at the dinner table, are saying Beyonce is already planning her exit strategy from Jay-Z like she's planning a military operation, and her family is fully supporting her decision to dump him. And girl, if Beyonce is really leaving that man, she might be making the smartest move since she decided to go solo from Destiny's Child, because rumor has it the feds are already investigating Jay-Z, and this could be the end of the road for him. Now, of course, we have to remember none of these allegations have been proven yet. We're not trying to get sued ourselves, but Chile, this drama isn't going anywhere anytime soon. People online are going absolutely wild with this. They're leaving comments like Jay-Z wrote his own statement and released it. No press team, no peer review, just him calling himself at the ripe age of 55 a young man asking for a criminal case when it started out civil. That ninja is guilty. Others are saying that message Jay-Z posted was condescending, narcissistic, and used victim-blaming and gaslighting rhetoric, and he never, not once, said he didn't do it. I hope he goes down bad. And then there's this scorching hot tea. Jay-Z, who dated Aaliyah, who was 15 to 17 back then, mind you, him being 26 plus, then started dating Beyonce when she was 17 to 19, and you'll think he didn't assault a 13-year-old. Mind you, his closest friends to this day were R. Kelly and Diddy. Don't piss me off. You absolutely have to keep this conversation going in the comments because this story just keeps getting wilder than a roller coaster ride at Six Flags. And if you want more juicy stories like this that'll have your jaw on the floor, make sure to click right here. Make